is Jennifer Lawrence, the Jennifer Lawrence. The first one. The other one stole my name. Anyway, I am with Grounded Hypnosis. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for coming. First question, how many people in the audience have been hypnotized before? Yeah, we had a great one at my booth earlier today. She was phenomenal. How many people have seen someone hypnotized before? More people. Okay, cool. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to explain a little bit what hypnosis is, and I'm going to hypnotize all of you at once.
Want to lose weight?
Yeah, and you're gonna lose weight. You're gonna stop all your addictions. Everything in your life is going to be different after this half hour. Woo! Just kidding. Disclaimer, that's not true. However, you can change your life with hypnosis. But first of all, what is hypnosis? What is this all about? How many people... Okay, so just again, how many people have been hypnotized? Just hold your hand up nice and proud. Okay, so the rest of you that are sitting there like this, you're lying to yourself. You've been hypnotized. Have you ever driven home and realized, yeah, how did I get there? Was that light red or green? I hope to heck it was green because I drove through it. Or have you ever watched a movie or read a book? First of all, I hope yes to both of those. But then on top of it, have you ever cried when you watched a movie and just really felt for that character? Or when you read a book, you're just laying on your bed just sobbing uncontrollably? That's hypnosis. No one really died in that book. No one really died right before your eyes. That didn't happen. But the suggestion took root within you and your body reacted. So that is hypnosis. So hypnosis, summed up in one sentence, is an automatic response despite conscious awareness. So I want you guys to do something with me. The more you participate in this, the better it is for you and the more interesting it is for me up here. And it's about entertaining me. I kid. So what I want you guys to do in 1 second, I want you to play along and join me. I want you to rub your hands together in 1 second. And then I'm going to get you to interlace your fingers and bring your hands up like you're saying a prayer. You might want to say one while you're there. Then I'm going to ask you to point your fingers up, and you're going to separate your pointer fingers about an inch apart. Then I want you to imagine make-believe, thank you, imagine make-believe and pretend that there's a magnet on the inside of each of those fingers. And what I want you to do is stare down that space and see those fingers getting closer and closer together, which they will. 2 things I don't want you to do. 1, disclaimer, colorful language might be used in this little speech. One thing I don't want you to do is go, oh, Jen wants me to put my fingers together. Don't make it happen. That's not fun. I don't appreciate it. The other thing I don't want you to go, oh, shit, and freak out. Okay? Because some people will see their hands going together and go, and then it gets messy. So everyone join me, arms out, bring those hands together. Rubbing your hands, getting that energy flowing, getting that good stuff moving. Good. Interlace your fingers. Bring your hands up like you're saying a prayer. Point your fingers up. Separate them about an inch apart. And now imagine, make believe, and pretend. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. That there's a magnet on the inside of each finger. And just stare down that space as those magnets pull those fingers together. Each breath you take, each move you make, those fingers get closer and closer and closer together. They get closer and closer each breath. Good. Closer. And once your fingers have touched, you can put those on your lap. Amazing. Very good. And now, how many people's fingers touched? Amazing. How many people's fingers didn't touch? You're failing at life. No, I'm just kidding. You're not. You're great. So you just needed a little bit more time and your fingers would most likely touch. So that is level 1 hypnosis with everyone. That's an automatic response despite a conscious awareness. So you're consciously aware your fingers are coming together, but you're not making it happen, right? No one made their fingers go together. They just magically happened, right? Level 2, everyone. Same thing, we're going to start. We're going to rub our hands together. We're going to bring our hands 6 inches apart. Cover your children's ears. A true 6 inches, not a man's 6 inches. Come on. Let's get real. Good. Good. Now there's a magnet on the inside of each hand. This magnet is bigger and stronger. It is pulling those hands closer and closer together. As you stare down that space, those hands are coming closer and closer together. Each breath you take, each move you make, those hands are coming closer and closer. The right is pulling towards the left, and the left is pulling towards the right. Those magnets are now 10 times stronger. Those magnets now are 20 times stronger. Each breath you take, those magnets are getting stronger and stronger, closer and closer. Good. Now look down at your hands if you had closed your eyes. How many people's hands touched? Good, a lot of you. Some people are like, I can't extend my arms, I will jab the person in front, which is very thoughtful. Thank you for watching out for the people in front. However, if you were given a little bit more time, those hands would come together. So again, when we are in this state of hypnosis, we are aware of what's going on. We probably did drive through a green light on that way home. It was all good. Our conscious minds are always looking out for our best interests. So one of the fears of hypnosis is, I don't know what I'm going to find in there, first of all. We're afraid of what's tucked in that back room. Second of all, Jen is going to take over my mind, and I don't know if she's a good person. What is she going to do in there, and what is she going to plant? Your unconscious mind is always looking out for you. It's got your back. So, with that in mind, in order to access that unconscious mind, in order to make positive change in your life, in order to unlock that goddess, there's something we need to do. When you're in your house and your door is locked to go to the outside, you need to make a decision that you're going to unlock the door. So that's the first step. You have to consciously be aware that you're going to put your hand on that lock and you're going to turn it. At that point, when you turn the lock, there's a shift that takes place. Something that was holding that door locked has now been shifted and moved, right? Once that's shifted and moved, the door is open. Possibilities are endless. It is like that in our life. How many people, and I don't want to put your hands up because there's no need, but how many people have experienced large amounts of stress? How many people have experienced trauma? Whether it was an action, a physical response, something someone said to us, an inappropriate event. How many people have an addiction? How many people went to the fridge in the last 5 days when they weren't hungry? Or to the cupboard, because the fridge has the healthy food. Let's be real, we went to the cupboard, right? How many people had a cigarette or a drink of wine or some drugs in the last month because we couldn't deal with something? So when you're working with hypnosis, you're taking an action that's stuck and you're doing this. This is your brain. This is your brain's response when you're stressed. Your amygdala kicks in, it opens up. When you're out of that stressful situation, your brain shuts back down. What happens throughout the daily events of our lives, this happens. Stressful, not stressful. Stressful, not stressful. What happens when we experience large amounts of stress or trauma? This is stress. This is chronic stress. Chronic stress is a huge thing in our lives right now. That goes in there. This is trauma. That goes in there. What then happens is our amygdala, our part of our brain that's responsible for emotions and responses, it gets stuck. It cannot shut down properly. And so we're in a constant state where we're on edge. We're constantly being triggered. And what we do in a hypnotic session is we reach in, we pull out that stress or knock it out. We pull out that trauma so we can shut down. We can have that moment where we go, who doesn't want that moment? Everyone does, right? For sure, everyone does. So this is important. One thing that happens, though, in our daily lives is we say, I'm tired of not fitting in these jeans. How many people have that? Don't put your hand up again, it's fine. How many people are tired of being sick and tired? That's me, right? So we say, I don't want to be fat anymore. I don't want to not be able to fit into these clothes anymore. And what happens in your brain right now, guys, do not picture a blue tree. Don't do it. Don't. I said don't do it. Don't picture a blue tree. Don't do it. What did you picture? A blue tree, exactly. Why? Because in order to process what you don't want, you have to process that thing. So you have to say, I don't want a blue tree. Okay, what is a blue tree? Oh, that's what it is. Oh, right, I don't want it. Right? So your brain doesn't recognize these negative thoughts. And so what happens is you hear, I want to be fat. Guess what you just got? More unhealthy habits. Or I don't want wine. I don't need wine. Oh, I need wine? Shoot. You attracted more of that to your life. What you want to do is you want to replace that mindset. Instead of saying, I don't want to be fat, you're saying, oh my God, I can't wait to go to the gym today. I can't wait. Oh my God, gym, woo! People are like, no, that's never going to happen. That's fine, we can work on that. Woo, let's eat this. So what you want to do is you want to push away those negative thoughts with a positive one. So you're not focused on the negative, you're bringing in the positive, and that's the way you get rid of those negative thoughts. I would like to give every one of you guys a gift in this audience today. How many people want a gift? Yes, everyone. How many people are like, yeah, I want a gift, but I don't want you to sell me something? Yeah, let's get real. This is a true and honest gift because I do what I do because I care. I want everyone that I come in contact with to have success. I want everyone to feel empowered. I want everyone to discover their inner goddess or god, all right? And so I'm going to give you two hacks today, okay? How many people, again, just blink like this so no one else can see. How many people have ever had anxiety? Yeah, right? Someone's eyes are stuck right now, shut. So, anxiety is a thing that when you're experiencing these situations, it's an unconscious thing. How many people woke up that morning and went, I have the biggest job interview today, the biggest job interview. I'm gonna be super anxious. Oh my God, I get to be anxious. How many people did that? No one. No one ever consciously says anxiety, woo, right? So when we do this, it's an unconscious thing. And when we start getting anxious, what happens to our vision? It gets narrower and narrower and narrower. And what happens to our eyes? They go down. So it's not just that we're like down in the dumps when we look down, it's a physiological response where our eyes will go down. So there's two things right there that we can change. When you're in an anxious moment, when you're feeling that anxiety, first thing you want to look up. You want to look up in the top hemisphere, okay? So that's step number one. And then you want to open your peripheral vision. So you want to look, you want to be able to see both of your hands at each side. So you want 180 degrees. When you're accessing this state, you cannot be anxious, okay? So think about something that makes you anxious. Bring your gaze up, open it up. Can you access that anxiety? No, right? So the next thing, again, cover your children's eyes. We want to give anxiety this, okay? What I mean by that is, yes, but we're going to hold that finger. And so when you open up your gaze, you look up and you give anxiety the middle finger secretly, you cannot be anxious, okay? So that is my first gift to you guys, okay? There's no sales pitch, it's just a gift. The second one is, how many people have been angry, really angry? You can put up your hand for this one. Exactly, and again, the ones that have their hands on the lap, you're lying. So when you are angry, again, your brain checks in with your body. It says, what's going on? Is this person angry? Consciously, they know, the brain knows that there's a situation that you should be angry about, and your brain is checking in with your body. So the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna separate your teeth, and you're gonna push your bottom jaw forward, okay? Step number one and two, one and two. So separate your teeth, push your bottom jaw forward. The second thing you're gonna do is you're going to take two fingers and you're going to push down on your baby finger, okay? So at this point, while you're pushing down, your jaw is forward. Try to think of something that you know would normally make you super angry, right? Try to find that feeling. And as you try and find that feeling, find that you can't. I see some people going, it's weird. It's like you're eating a lemon, but you can't taste the sourness, right? You guys finding this? Nod your head if you find it. So that's your hack number 2. So when you're angry, in the moment, push your jaw forward, push your pinky down. If you have any teenagers in your life, or any angry people in your life, please share this tip with them. It's a gift that keeps on giving. So these are 2 really important hacks. And what this teaches us is that our unconscious brain does a lot of things on its own. We're not sitting here thinking about pumping blood to our baby toe. We don't need to do that. Our unconscious has that. It's doing it for us. And there's so many habits that we have in our unconscious mind that we try to clue in with our conscious mind to change, and we get frustrated because there's no results there, right? There's no change. So what hypnosis does is we tap into that unconscious mind in an empowering way, and we make change there. Make sense to everyone? Yeah? Okay. Amazing. So fears and phobias, we did that one. Anger, we did that one. Is there any questions? You guys are sitting here for a reason, and I would love to know why. Any questions?